that was an awesome segment, only to be followed by another awesome segment with our next guest. Ryan, who do we have with us here today to your right?
Jim Lee Aerospace.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jim? Good to meet you.
Ryan.
Welcome to Oshkosh Live.
Hey, good to be here. Good to see you guys.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, we're really glad to have you. So why don't you tell us what's new over at Lee Aerospace?
Well, I tell you what, it's been a busy few years, and last May we actually acquired Lamas out of Silmar, California, a great window manufacturing company, 41 years experience. They have their own stretch acrylic machine, so that really adds the raw material we use in most of the windows that are on airplanes. Now we have our own stretch acrylic. They also build the V-22, so it gets us into the military market. We just won an order for about 615 V-22 windshields. Very interesting. They build F-15 stuff, 18, T-38s, and all kinds of good military stuff. So we're kind of reaching into military stuff as well as our commercial and GA.
Nice. Well, why don't you talk a little bit about the heated windshields?
Okay, yeah. On the heated window, we built non-heated windows for several years. So the last 5 or 6 years we've been working on heated windows. We have glass-faced 28-volt heated windows for the 400 or the Beach Jet. We recently, with Bombardier, started building a glass-faced Challenger window, which is puts us into big bird markets, as well as a cockpit side window. If anybody wants to see them, we have them over at our booth. We also are going to be working on the the Global Express, the big brother of the Challenger. So the Global Express is coming along shortly, along with its cockpit side window as well.
That's great. So I have something on here about the Cool View. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that and what's going on there?
Cool View is an awesome. It knocks out 78% of the IR coming through. And if you guys fly around, you're always hot in the cockpit. And I'd like to welcome Epic as our latest Cool View user. They're going to be starting to put it on their production birds. Textron with their King Air started in 24 on their King Airs as standard. Of course, Piper way back put them on their Cool View, and then Cirrus on their Vision Jet was our initial Cool View customer. And the people that put it on their aircraft love it. So we're going to keep expanding the Cool View line, that's for sure.
Great.
So, Jim, tell us a little bit about the origin story of the business. Maybe a little bit about how you got started, and how did you come up with the name?
Yeah, well, Lee Aerospace, that happens to be my name, so that works. In my aviation company that was in the business of selling widgets, this and that, and I just kind of drifted off into the window world, building a little cabin window for the 737. That was in first delivery was March of 88. Then we just kind of kept building more complex windows through the years, and here 37 years later, happy to be here, and we're going to keep growing.
Yeah.
There's no stop at Lee Aerospace. I got a great team. We do a lot of repairs and installation, which is very important to the company. So a lot of these STCs on the bigger birds with the heated windows and everything else, we have people all over the United States. We go all over the world. We remove the windows. We install them. If they just need repaired, we'll polish them on wing. So we got a great group of repair technicians out there.
Awesome. I also read that Lee Aerospace had been part of the restoration of the historic A-26 bomber High Maintenance. Tell us a little bit about that. That's pretty incredible.
That's great.
Well, that project, along with the B-29 dock, anybody that has an old aircraft that we can help, we try to lend a hand where we can and use our expertise. It's kind of a tricky thing to build a window, but that's what we do for a living.
Yeah. So I would imagine for the number of years you've been in business, Oshkosh has been a big part of your story. So tell us a little bit about what do you remember about when you first came here and what you've seen change, and here you are now, and it seems like it's getting they're expecting record numbers to beat the record numbers from 2024. So tell us your perspective on that.
Well, oddly enough, there's not a lot of people, coming here looking for a windshield. There are some, on your Bombardiers, your King Airs, and this and that. But to be able to see the OEMs here, I really appreciate Textron, Piper, Pilatus, Atmosphere, where you can get the leaders from those companies and talk to them and, let them know what's going on. So I like that, as well as I'm an aviation enthusiast. Piper through an XL jet. I got stuff scattered all the way in between, and so I just love running around here seeing airplanes, that's for sure. Me and my whole crew, I got a great group of people. We all love aircraft, and so anyway, the folks at Lee Aerospace are really passionate about building these windows.
That's great.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the future products coming out of Lee Aerospace?
Okay, yeah, some of the future items. Here again, the V-22, we are going to split that between Llamas and Lee Aerospace. So we're setting up a new production line for that. We have a new 90,000 square foot facility on paper that we're getting ready to kick off here shortly once we win a few more programs that are in queue.
Great.
And so expansion is definitely on the horizon for commercial, large body aircraft, and military.
What are sort of, I have something here I read about, what are Lee Aerospace aircraft window services? Is that something?
Yeah, the window service.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked about that. So Greg Pylan, Gary Neiman, Gary operates. We have 3 folks as an example, over at Duncan Aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
And we're there to inspect the aircraft, provide the installation and removal services. We also work with Textron. We remove the windshields and we install them at their service centers. So that's a good segment of our company to provide a service to the folks that need help with their windshields.
Yeah. I noticed that there are some fans taking pictures of you from behind the camera.
Hey,
Like, who is that?
That is Lonnie Lee, which is my brother's daughter. Yay, and she just came on board. Very enthusiastic, very well educated. She's going to help us in all the marketing and everything like that.
Well, she's doing great. Already doing content capture,
Yeah.
getting you some Instagram, probably some Facebook content right there. I mean, that's a pro.
My dad, which is her grandpa, would be proud. We lost him about 10 or 11 years ago, but she has all the energy he has, so I really enjoy that.
So why don't you talk about, 24 hours AOG aircraft on the ground,
Well, thanks for asking. Yeah, we do have a 24 AOG hotline. If you need something done, we'll answer. We'll get the product if we can, and off we go. And you never know where you're going to go. We'll go provide the service.
If I call you at 2 a.m.,
somebody will answer. If it's not me, somebody. We have a little rotation. Who's ever there will answer the AOG line. Right, Lonnie? You got that AOG stuff handled? Yeah.
She said yes.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. That's right.
We're going to give out her cell phone number here in a couple minutes, and we'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
And Lonnie's going to take care of you.
Very good. Yeah. But anyway, so that's what we do, pretty much, guys.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well,
so appreciate you having me on board here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We got Jim Lee with Lee Aerospace. If anybody here is... Yeah, all right. So anybody who wants to find you here, if they happen to be watching live and they want to come check you out, where can they find you here?
Well, I don't know what the booth number is, but it's right behind Textron and right behind Cirrus.
All
so
right.
Lee Aerospace is there. Please, LeeAerospace.com. You can look us up, buy anything you need. Get in touch with us. Thank you.
Many thanks to Jim Lee, Lee Aerospace, LeeAerospace.com. Check it out for all your needs and make sure you get Lonnie's number. She's going to contact you for your 24/7, 365 customer support.
2 a.m.
That's it. You got it.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it very much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks for all you
Oshkosh
do.
Live continues.